And welcome back to another episode of Writing Sprints. Very excited to be back. It's another week, another productive week. Got a lot of writing done. Looking to get a lot more done tonight. And of course, my guest is the incomparable Nicholas Georgial. And we're very happy to have him back. Hello, Holly. Thanks for joining. And here he is, looking like he's plotting something.
Oh, I'm plotting something. I'm gonna put on the evil doer's glove.
Uh-oh. Let me get
The
this
magic
timer
glove.
started. Hello.
The glove
Hope
that
you're
prevents
having a good night.
smearing.
We're just chilling out, having some fun, doing some writing. Nick's going to be
Drinking
doing
some
some
water.
coloring, and he's going to be drinking some water, which I neglected to bring with me for the stream.
So you all may remember Black Cat. She almost done. She's like so close to being done. So first I'm gonna finish Black Cat. Then I'm gonna start coloring Deja Thoris here. I'm gonna start coloring her because Black Cat is so close to being done. So that's what
All
I'm
right.
doing. I whacked myself in the face with the water bottle cap.
And of course, remember that you guys can follow us over on our streaming platforms here on Instagram. We're at One True Promotion, at AndrewBass24, at Alec Pangea Author, at Nick Geo Arts, and of course at Tangible Voices Podcast. And if you're following us on our StreamYard accounts, we got Twitch and YouTube at One True Promotion. We've got Nicholas Georgial on Facebook. We've got Alec Pangea Author on Facebook. Both of my Facebook profiles, and of course One True Promotion on Facebook. We got the whole house going tonight.
Nice. 4 or 5 people hanging around here already.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have an awesome show, and of course I'm gonna put the writing prompt number 1 up there first. Get started with that while we're getting our cooldown ready. Of course, writing prompt number 1. You have the power to command storms. How would you use this power? What's up? Thanks for joining. We're just hanging out, doing some writing. I think we're going to talk a little bit of gaming, maybe a little bit of art. Hey, Nick, have you heard of a game called Among Us?
You wouldn't believe this. My girlfriend Angela just texted me before we started the stream saying you need to get Among Us. Can you even believe that? Just before we started the stream. So, and I said I'd look into it. I'm about to go live with Andrew, so I don't know anything about it. But since you're bringing it up, I guess you could tell me all about it.
Yeah, we definitely want to play Among Us. I know we got to get the whole crew together. We got to get Carrie, we got to get Alec, we got you, we got to get Haley, a few other choice people together. Basically, Among Us is a like a psychological game. You have to basically, if you're on the good side, you're completing tasks and trying to figure out who the imposters are. And of course, you have 2 imposters on the ship that are trying to kill off everybody on the ship and not get discovered. And it's all the rage. It's really cool. It's like, you you never know who done it until they take you out, or you find somebody popping out of an event, or you see somebody actually committing the murder.
Is it
and
a
even
PS?
Then you can sweet talk your way out of it. Be like, no, it wasn't me that saw the body. It was this person. He's just trying to put the blame on me.
Is it a PC game? Is it on
It
Xbox?
Is a PC game. I wish it was on Xbox and PlayStation, but currently it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. I miss you guys too. I miss you guys too. You guys are off in the great beyond land that is high school. You guys are probably having a blast at this point.
Old friends from the past joining in.
Old friends from the past. It's the best kind. Of course, we got about 56 seconds before we get started with our first sprint.
Unless it's
not that fun.
Unless it's your old friend Saruman, and Saruman decides to join the Dark Lord and try to take over the friggin' world.
Look, no joke. My sister has never heard or never watched Lord of the Rings before, and it baffles me. I think I'm gonna have to take time this weekend and educate her, because I sent her a Lord of the Rings, um, Among Us meme, and she didn't get it, and it really 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 upset me.
That's a shame.
She's like, I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings. Like,
Yeah, it only came out just like almost 20 years ago now. It's been around for a while. The movies, that is.
I was explaining to one of my coworkers. I'm like, there's several students that I've taught that have never heard anything about Lord of the Rings before, and it's like we're getting to that age
Yeah, we are.
where that dude who says that he watches all this good stuff that nobody else watches anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
How
at
many
least
times have we played that soundtrack in class? Yeah, yeah. So essentially, what I would do is I would play video game soundtracks. I'd play Lord of the Rings. Lately, I've been into jazz, so I've been playing a lot of jazz.
jazz is nice.
Though the funny thing about that is, we're all remote right now, so essentially, I'm not putting any students through the torment of me listening to jazz, and I'm just jamming out in my little room, and on my break, I'm writing, listening to jazz. Um, I'm also listening to other things. Like I got on an Usher binge. I like listen to all
Oh,
like Usher's greatest hits. I'm like, we're bringing back some of the classics.
nice, nice. I've been listening to some Japanese music too, the anime openings and some 80s pop from Japan. Fun stuff, of course. Makes you feel like you're in the anime world.
Oh yeah.
Is it? Did we get into the first round yet?
Yeah, we got 13 minutes left of the first one.
Damn it! Oh, I cursed. Sorry, I didn't realize that it started. You gotta be like Nick.
Everybody
Start
gets
drawing.
one. I've been listening to a lot of music lately too. Awesome. What kind of music you been listening to? What do you listen to when you like to work or study or write or whatever you work on?
Is that a question for both of us there?
I've been listening to more older rock. Me too. I was listening to some ACDC. Um, who else was I listening to? Bon Jovi,
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, Andrew, I've been listening to some Rush, classic
Aerosmith.
rock like Rolling Stones, Beatles, all that good stuff. Yes, all very good stuff.
Man, that really turned out good.
Oh, my piece here.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna. Yeah, actually, it's mostly done, but I'm gonna add some finishing touches that I'm sure people would love to see.
Oh, nice. Otherwise, mix of metal, rock, and video game music. Let me tell you, there's probably no better video game music from the old style video games than Final Fantasy 8 or Final Fantasy 7 soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Final Fantasy 10 too. I'll throw that in there as well. You guys working on a new story? So yes, I am. I'm going to be having an October stream for my book on October 24th. We're going to do a happy birthday stream. Um, we're going to have a nice little cake. We're going to have some sanguinary song bingo. I'm going to be doing some prize giveaways. It's going to be a really cool stream. I'm also going to announce what my nano project for this year is going to be. I guess I could tell you guys now because I didn't tell you guys on Drop a Line last night. So the projects that I'm debating announcing for my nano project this year is going to be another version of Auto Realm, essentially. And if you guys remember, Auto Realm was my story about androids and their quest to be recognized by society. I still need to send your copy. I'm sure we'll run into each other at some point, and I'll have to send it to you then. So yeah, Auto Realm, my story about androids and their quest to integrate themselves in society um, after a global pandemic. Go figure. Believe me, had I predicted that there was going to be a COVID, I probably wouldn't have wrote Auto Realm at all, because like now I feel like it's in bad taste. Um, but yeah, I got Auto Realm that I might be working on. I'm also thinking of working on a new series called Pale Bloods, which is basically a spin-off of the Sanguinary Song. To a degree, it takes place in a different realm with brand new different creatures, and the main character is going to be focusing around a vampire, which is going to be really cool because I didn't really get to explore vampires in the first book. You kind of see this brand new realm and sort of the realm that vampires inhabit, and it's a really cool story because Pale Bloods is going to be a little bit different in genre than Sanguinary Song. Um, Pale Bloods is going to be a supernatural medieval fantasy novel, as opposed to a YA um, uh, supernatural thriller for Sanguinary Song. So it's just a little bit of change in genre. It's going to be a little bit more like, like you would see for Game of Thrones or something along those lines. It's going to be very quest inducive. It's going to be action packed. And it's going to be very immersive. I cannot wait for it. There's so many different things that I've been able to come up with for that. Have you ever thought if writing something with dragons? Yeah. So, if anything, Pale Bloods would be the perfect place for dragons, um, especially with the fantasy element. Um, I've got a lot of cool things planned. It's too early in the production process to really talk too much about it, but let's just say that if you've read Sanguinary Song and you're familiar with the forest and you like the description of the forest and how unique it is, I think you'll definitely like the realm that they exist in Torvala, which is what I'm calling the realm. And essentially, there's a lot of interesting secrets that only can exist in this realm. Make some sort of Skyrim story where the dragons are like intelligent enough to have a society. Now that would be a really cool like subplot. Is like I already know that I've a couple things or a couple people that I've thought of including in Pale Bloods, but it's not confirmed. I'm thinking of doing some of the older, more well-known classes, like gnomes and trolls and um, creatures like that. But dragons is a whole new ballpark. There's a lot of interesting things you could do with dragons. Um, Still to this day, my favorite type of dragon is the ones from the Tolkien realm. Um, I thought they were just brilliantly done, and um, there was so much mystery around dragons.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got Pale Bloods. We have Auto Realm. Also to Hell and Back, which is a interesting story within itself. It's about a person who has been condemned to hell, and essentially they've been living hell for a very very long time, and suddenly they wake up in another person's body, and they're free from hell, and it's like, how did I get here? What's going on? And they're essentially trying to figure out, you know, am I free from this place? What am I doing? Um, what am I doing with this person's body? Is this a test to see whether or not that I could be freed? Is it this or is it that? It's really a lot of psychological um, mind games, and you're just trying to figure out this big old mystery and sort of like what the purpose is for them being there, and it's all connected by this mysterious tattoo. But that's all I will say for that. So we got those three stories that I'm definitely considering for the Nano project. And if anybody is not familiar with NaNoWriMo is 50,000 words in 1 month, which is a pretty hefty goal. I was thankful enough to be able to finish it in 11 days last year, personal best. That year, I had the most words written in any single setting or sitting, and also the most pages written. So I'm looking to try to break that record this year. If I can finish a day earlier, I will be happy.
You can do it, Andrew.
I read this one book, Reason, called Wings of Fire, and there were different tribes of dragons that lived in different areas and ended up fighting in a secret group ended the war. Oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I think that I think that's something that we were discussing up. Excuse me. Whew. Just like in the beginning of the stream there, and yeah, that's like incorporating a whole different society of dragons, and I think anything like that is fascinating. Nick's just over here coloring.
Yep. I'm putting stars over here.
So I will be honest with you guys. I actually do have an Among Us writing prompt because I've been obsessed with that game lately, and I was gonna have it be a first writing prompt, but my sister begged me not to do that because she is gonna miss the stream for like the first like 30 or 40 minutes, and she's like, put it in later streams. So unfortunately, if you guys want to hear the Among Us writing prompt, you got to wait until prompt number 5. Yeah, I definitely got to put it on my list. There's so many series books that I have to read that is on my list. Currently, I'm reading the Last Kingdom series by Bernard Cornwell, and it's a 13 book series, or at least 12 right now. The 13th book is coming out in like 3 weeks, and I'm 5.5 books in, so I'm trying to blitz through that. And then I think I'm going to go through Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth trilogy. So I found out that they had a third book in that series, and I haven't read it before. So that's going to be my next task. And then I think after that, what else do I have? I might actually be open to read something else at that point. I do have a few indie books that I do want to read from authors that I've linked up with over Instagram. 100%. I pretty much just try to read anything I possibly can. I feel like that's the best way you can learn. And especially when I was starting out, one of the things that I would do to sort of increase my vocabulary would be every time I come across a word that I either wasn't familiar with or didn't use very often, I would write it down, define it, explain how I would use it, and then find a way to use it in Sanguinary Song. And it really beefed up my vocabulary in the book. And it made me kind of think outside the box because now I was trying to compete with myself to find a place for those words in the manuscript. When you were a kid, was your dream job to be a book author? Yes, but also no. I think I went through so many different stages. Because I always had the rationality that unless I hit it big as an author, that it would be something that would have to be a hobby more so than a career. Um, and it's kind of interesting too because I say that now, but it seems like at this point, since I've launched my book, I would argue that it's been more or less a second career. I got my first job, and then of course I work behind the scenes and build my brand. Um, but I would think when I was a kid, it jumped between two things. I wanted to teach, and I wanted to. I did want to serve in the military, and a big part of that was because I have generational family in the military, so there was a lot of there was a lot of there was a lot of excitement to be a part of the military, to sort of follow in my family's footsteps in that like expectation there. But ultimately, I decided on teaching. That ends, I wanted to write too, and I was always a fan of history. So when I went to school, I was like, well, if I was gonna go to college, I wanted to major in something that I absolutely enjoyed, and that's why I chose to major in history and education because I felt like that I could do something with a history degree, um, besides teaching if it came to that. Because there's a lot of cool places I would like to work, like historical sites from all over the United States. I would absolutely love a job like that. There's just so many jobs I want or would like to do, and I don't know which one to do, and I can't go to college for all of them. Yeah, and that's essentially what it is. And to be completely honest, when I went to college, any of my friends will tell you I loved college. I wasn't stressed out by college at all, and a big part of that is I would set these tasks aside. It would make it easy for me to complete my work. And like one of the things that I did during college was I learned Dark Souls for the first time. And if you know anything about the Dark Souls series, it's like you walk out the door and you get killed. And like the big challenge for me was I wanted to learn how to play Dark Souls, but I also wanted to get my work done. So I made a deal with myself. Every time I got killed on Dark Souls, I would have to do 20 minutes of work. Needless to say, I got killed a lot. So um, what would happen is, a college course is like 3 months, and I would literally finish all my work for the semester in 1 month, and I would have nothing to do for 2 months. So literally, I would go to class and just enjoy the lectures, and have plenty of time to write afterwards, to play games if I wanted to. Um, for me, college had to be fun. I didn't want to go to school and not enjoy what I was looking at. Yeah, yeah. It's funny too because I tell my students that all the time. They always ask me for advice on how to manage time, and a lot of them like to play games. And you know, you can even do that with Call of Duty. You could say if you don't get a particular amount of kills in Call of Duty, or your team loses, then you can do your work for 20 minutes and then come back. And it's like it motivates you to get that work done and out of the way so you can get back to your game. And then at the same time, you're learning to get better at a game. And I'll be completely honest, with all the time I put in the Dark Souls, I got so good at parrying and PvP that whenever I play Dark Souls now, I very rarely die unless I do something absolutely stupid, like try to blitz through the level and not take my time.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, Andrew. I can't see all the comments, but I will say, I think when you're in college, or to a lesser extent high school, those are the best times to experiment, and figure out what you want to do, and you sort of find a routine that works for you, and then you gravitate towards certain things. So I would say early on, it's definitely the best time to like test the waters and just try different things. What a lot of people end up doing is they a lot of people sometimes get scared by the difficulty
Yeah.
trying out certain things and then they bail. And it's like, no, I mean, you gotta test the waters early on. Get your feet wet. I know that especially for drawing here because I didn't know what I was doing a few years ago, but I definitely have come a long way,
Well, the
since
the
then.
other thing that people don't realize is like you're talking about how there's several different things you would like to go to school for, right? So,
Hmm.
like for example, like if you want to just put in the chat like some things you're interested in, um, one of the things that I recommend is most careers have like an intern service to where you can go and actually link up with the job of your choice and intern for free. And I know it sounds a little off-putting because you don't want to work for free, but one of the cool things that I did, and luckily I got to do that with college, is I got to take an internship with the Battleship New Jersey. And essentially,
Oh,
what I would do with the Battleship New Jersey is I got college credits to research things on the ship. Um, I got to handle, um, I got to handle ancient weapons, pretty
mm,
much like World War II, uh, World War II um, sabers, that the crew would actually have and pass along with each other. And, I would learn a thing or two about, curating. And one of the things that I picked up was you have to be very careful with the sabers when you pull them out. Like you can't put your fingers on them because if you put your fingers on them, the oils from your fingers will actually stain the blades if they're that old.
jeez.
And like nobody realizes that, but it's one of those cool things where if you didn't take the internship, you would have never picked up. The other
Yeah.
thing I got to do is plan my own museum exhibit, and I don't know because the Battleship New Jersey unfortunately is closing down amid
Yeah, I heard
COVID,
about that. That's
and
sad.
we don't know when it's going to open back up. But like the cool thing is, during my time there, I got to help plan a museum exhibit, and as far as I know, it was still up, which is really cool.
That's good.
But that's something you could always do before you jump 2 feet in to a particular career path is you could look around for opportunities to intern in that field, spend like a
Yeah.
few months helping out your local communities in that field and see if it's something that interests you, and if it does then you can put your time and your money behind it.
Yeah. Of course, this was all a lot easier pre-pandemic. It's a shame that going out for some of these things has become more difficult. Hell, as you said, Battleship New Jersey, even specifically, it's done. And I heard of that it was closing, and
Yeah.
really sad to hear. I hope it
Yeah.
comes back in some way at some point.
I think excuse me. I think for sure that it is. It's just they get a lot of like donations from local organizations and they just don't have the funds right now because of COVID.
Yeah, it's a shame.
So
Yeah,
there were so
it
many
just
things that I wanted to do that are careers and I'd rather be my own boss or own a business that than work for someone. Yeah, and you can 100% do that. And honestly, I feel like here at One True Promotion, we sort of do
stung my
that
leg.
to a degree. Um, we're very much a part of a group here, and we all like to self promote each other. And one of the things that I've learned as an author is how to be my own boss and run my own business, so to speak. Right? I'm trying to sell books to you guys, and I'm trying to think of cool ways to get you guys interested and active, like the October stream where we play virtual bingo and I give away prizes. So One True Promotion is the brand that I have with Alec Pangea, author, and of course Nicholas Georgial and Carrie Walden. We're all One True Promotion. We all have different expertise that we bring to the table. Of
Hmm.
course, um, I bring the literary agent side to the foreground. A literary agent as well as an author, so I'm really big with event planning and promotion. A lot of the cool events that you see me do on Instagram are things that I plan, like my character reveal campaign that lasted for a month, just like this October stream. And of course, Nick here is the director of art, so anything art oriented that you might be interested in, he can help you with. Anything acting or creative you would like to do, you want to go with Carrie? Oh, did you want to say
Sorry,
something?
I kind of want to explain my role a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit
go for it,
better,
Nick.
if that's
I'll
okay.
take a
So
break from
yeah,
him.
I'm the director of art and social media here at One
Thanks
True
for stopping
Promotion,
by. I appreciate it.
and so I do art, and I recommend following my Instagram at NickGeoArts for all my recent art. I do a lot of retro style manga art, but I would put it under the umbrella of manga art mostly. But I do draw comic characters such as Deja Thoris. You know, she's from the Dynamite comics, I know. So I do both fan art and I do, original pieces too, usually illustrations or pinups, stuff like that. But yeah, if any of you are interested in commissioning a character at all, definitely reach out through social media. Just ask if you're interested in. I won't get into specifics now, but if you want to reach out, just reach out to me through my social media. Got the Facebook page at Nicholas George L Arts and Geo Arts, so check out my work there, please. And of course, Andrew, you want to explain our other fellow members at Wonder Promotion, their
Yeah,
roles and
so
stuff?
I mentioned Carrie. Carrie is our creative consultant and our actress. So if you're looking to get into the world of acting, you can talk to Carrie. She's also into podcasting as well as I am. So we sort of nailed down the podcasting environment. And Alec, he is our director of broadcasting. So if you're talking about doing like live shows, anything like that, you can talk to him. But like all of us are a partnership, but we are our own bosses, and we
Yeah,
do things like think of our own promotions and figure out creative ways to bring viewers like yourselves in and entertain you guys.
exactly. Yep.
I never got the creative art part of my family, and I'm the only person in my family who's good with music, so I've always wanted to be a musician. So, that might be something that you would like to do. And
Yeah,
you could
exactly.
always do something in the musical realm. And a big part of, being in a band or doing something music wise is self-promotion.
Yeah,
And, that's something that you can get advice on, from pretty much anybody in the promotional field. I know a lot of people who are actually well pretty well known musicians. One of which is a hometown friend of mine who actually was on America's Got Talent, and I think another one of those shows. And she actually is now over in Nashville, and she's like doing her thing over in Nashville, which is like insane.
pretty cool.
And,
Pretty
we got
darn
9 minutes
successful.
left in the sprint, and I have introduced writing problem number 2, so I might as well put that on here real quick. It's the night before your wedding, and you finally admit to yourself that you don't love the person you're about to marry. What happens next? What's up
Jeez.
your back? So we were talking about essentially finding the right job
Hmm.
and finding things that are meaningful to you. We're talking about how I got through college playing Dark Souls and forcing myself to do 20 minutes of work every time I got killed off in Dark Souls, which was immediate when I first started playing. I tell you what, something sneezes on you in Dark Souls and you get killed off. And Nick has finished his black hat drawing. He's moving on to the next picture he's coloring.
Yep. Coloring Deja Thoris now. I got Black Cat done. I showed a close up while Andrew was talking earlier, but she is all done. I just wanted to get her done because I drew her like 2 weeks ago. She was on the backlog a bit.
Yeah. It's funny. We were talking about gaming and like Among Us earlier, and I definitely want to get us all together, do like a one true promotion Twitch stream of Among Us. Maybe have like one or two people join in each round.
It sounds like you're really into it. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it and see what it's all about, what it's like. It sounds a lot of fun.
Well, there's a lot of things that I want to broadcast on Twitch, and like I'm thinking about doing my all bosses run, Bloodborne run,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I'm definitely gonna do a Resident Evil speed run or two. I'm probably gonna start with Resident Evil Remake since I'm practicing that currently.
Yeah, and as I
And
told you, I definitely will use Twitch for drawing at some point soon.
yeah, I have to get back into like my practicing for that. I've been spending the whole week playing games with my sister. We've been going through co-op Resident Evils and stuff like that all week. So
Nice. You know,
I
in terms
haven't
of
had
video
time to
games,
speed run.
what I've been playing, Andrew, is I'm still going through. I've trucked through a lot of Final Fantasy VII, the remake. Now, I love that game so much. Love the characters and all that. And you remember I drew Tifa a while ago, and getting to know her character and Cloud's relationship with her is definitely very fun and interesting to see unfold as you play through it.
Well, it's interesting that you say that too, because like they did a much better job in the remake of explaining that relationship. Because in the original games, um, I really don't think that it was as open. It just it to me it felt like in the classics that he was more of annoyed by her, where in this it's just that he's shy.
Yeah, and I really like that. I can tell it brings that out, and that's really interesting you say that because you're talking to somebody who this is my first time playing any Final Fantasy VII. I never played the original, but I really wanted to try the remake, and because it has that open world feel that I really like, that 3D open world feel, and so you saying that it's very interesting to see that it's almost like a different game, honestly.
Yeah, it really is to a degree. I mean, but you could probably say that about any big remake, that you see, like Resident Evil 2 remake or Resident Evil 3 remake. And I love them for what it is. I mean, Resident Evil 3 gets so much hate on it. Resident Evil 3 remake, I mean.
Yeah.
They're like, the game too short. It's not a $60 game. I'm still playing that game religiously.
Yeah, I mean, more the merrier, right?
Resident Evil 3 original was my favorite classic game. And it, like I said last stream, it is the most luck-based speed run of the entire series. Resident Evil 3 remake is a little bit better with speed running. But there's just so much to do with it, and there's so much detail. And the voice acting was phenomenal. The character design was phenomenal. There's an actress. Her name is Nicole Tompkins. She does the voice for Jill. It's absolutely phenomenal. She's 100% my Jill. There's no other Jill voice actress that I will ever accept anymore. It's just Resident Evil 3 did so many things right, in my opinion. You could say from like the classic side that they excluded some areas and everything, but the biggest thing for me is character development. I love character design, character development. I like to be immersed. If I am so distracted and feeling so much for my characters that I get lost in the world, that's how I know that I'm playing a really good video game.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy does that too.
Yeah, that's what I've been loving about it. Yeah, Final Fantasy, yeah.
There's not one character that you can't get attached to right away.
Yeah, I'm going to draw Tifa again sometime. I drew her kind of cartoony last time. I'm going to tackle her again. Because she's such an awesome character. And probably maybe Cloud at some point, too. They'd be fun.
Which reminds me, too, I got to go and purchase that art. I promised her that I would, and I want to. I'm going to get myself a Jill and a Claire Redfield.
Nice.
and she's running a really cool promotion over there, so get a nice deal out of it.
Very cool.
For those of you who don't know, I love my art, which you could tell. I got like pictures and all around my room and my house, and I got pictures that I can't even hang up because I don't have space anymore. But I found another artist that I really like that does realistic drawing, realistic video game celebrity drawings, and they're just fantastic. My favorite character is Oscar. Are we talking about like from The Office Oscar, like Oscar the Grouch, like?
There are many Oscars out there.
Or are you talking about like classic Resident Evil, in which case Oscar isn't a character? You got Nikolai, you have Carlos, you have I'm blanking on his name. Nikolai, Carlos, can't think of his name right now. Which is a shame too, because he's like one of my favorites. Carlos, yep. Everyone loves Carlos. It's funny too, because they improved on Carlos's character tenfold. Because like Carlos is more or less like comedic relief, and like if unless you play the story a certain particular way, you won't even unlock the most defining moment in Carlos's run in the game, which is the YOLO Carlos run, essentially, where he literally goes out and fights a horde by himself, and Joe comes running after him, and he's just sitting on the ground, exhausted, and you see a whole bunch of zombies dead at his feet, and you know, if you don't get to that part, like all you see is like the crappy one-liners from Carlos for the most part, and he goes, all the ladies love my foxy accent. Like it's really cringeworthy one-liners, but when you talk about a classic Resident Evil, that's essentially what you get is the crappy one-liners, like you almost became a Jill sandwich. I kid you not. That's an actual quote from the original game.
I believe it.
Nick's over here like, that's bad writing.
Yeah, it's all right as long as it's a fun game.
Well, it was so hilariously bad that it was so entertaining. It really is one of the things that made those games so much worth it, And if you follow like the hardcore streamers on Twitch and stuff, they all have like their different versions of those characters. And like what I like about the Twitch streamer Bakma Soup, is one of the big people I follow and learn speedrunning from. He always uses Barry lines in his. So it's like whenever he gets it's like he was running a huge 8 or 9 or 12 game marathon or something like that, and he was running a bite counter, so how many times he gets bitten by a zombie, and every time he got bitten by a zombie, all you would hear is, oh my god, and that was Barry just reacting to something. Or you hear like randomly on a stream, just a moment, and there's Barry memes all over the place. You gotta see it to believe it. 90s games, they were a ride, especially Capcom. Capcom did such a great job with those classic games. I remember being I was like 11 or 12 years old when I first started playing those games, and I was terrified of those games. And like I go back and I play it now as an adult, and I'm looking at them like, man, these graphics are not scary at all. I don't know why I was terrified, but at the time, it really freaks people out.
Yeah, it's definitely different when you don't have something to compare to. Yeah, in the future, I mean.
I think it was the third one's remastered. The one with the guy at the end becomes a big monster, and you have to use a. Yeah. That's 3 remake essentially. Which that whole boss fight, I have no issues with. I mean, if you watch the original RE3 boss, final boss with Nemi, you essentially have to trick Nemesis into chasing you into the railgun, and you have to hope that it takes them out. And it's like if you're not perfect with it, you have to take like 2 or 3 tries. But this one, she pulls out this big railgun and you know just plugs it in the dude's mouth and takes care of him. And like I said, the voice acting makes that game, and Nicole Tompkins is phenomenal. I follow her as well on Twitch. She does the Resident Evil playthroughs, and she'll go through and do her like voice acting routine. She'll dress up as Jill, and it's really really entertaining. She links up with all the other characters. Yeah, if you're not following Nicole Tompkins, definitely follow her. If you're not following Bakmasu, follow him. He's really cool. He does a lot of cool things like Fall Guys, and he does all the classic Capcom games, anything like Dino Crisis. And if you're more into things like Dark Souls, I would recommend Squila and Jesus It's Toast. They're both really big on the Souls universe. Zeus is more Bloodborne oriented, where Squilla is more Dark Souls and Demon Souls oriented. Got about another minute before our cooldown's over. We'll get into writing prompt number 3. Well, what time is it over here? Boom. I tried playing Dishonored 2. Yeah, I wonder how that was, because I didn't like Dishonored 1, so I never got to Dishonored 2. I think that they tried to do a lot of the things that the classics did with that game, but there was a lot of things that I think fell short with that game, unfortunately. Yeah, and you didn't really like it either. I think it's an acquired taste. I know there's a lot of people that are really, really religiously into it. I've come across 2 different types of people. It's the people who really like Dishonored and the people who don't like Dishonored at all. So you either are in one side of the spectrum or the other. I tell you what, a game to still play if you like horror games is Alien Isolation. I never will live that game down. It is one of the best games that I've played for survivor horror. Probably the best Alien game I've ever played. And my sister will tell you, because she would watch me actually stream the game or play the game at the time. And essentially it was like Locker Simulator 2020. That alien camps you hard, and you can't fight back against an alien unless you have a flamethrower. So it's like you're hiding from that sucker under tables, or in lockers. Yeah, it's fantastic. And it's a few years old at this point, but it's won Game of the Year, and yeah, it's really cool. It's really challenging. The AI is responsive to what you do. So if you hide in a locker each time, he'll eventually pick up that you're hiding in a locker. Like he'll hear you open and closing the locker and be like, you're in the locker. So you got to like hide in a locker, and then you got to leave that locker, and you got to go under a table and then go back to a locker, or, find some other place to hide that isn't the same. Otherwise he'll find you. And you got to get curious with it. You got to use your tools to your advantage. You got to You gotta know where you're going. Like, you have to pay attention to the map, and you're like, if he's camping where you got to go really hard, you got to throw a noisemaker or some device all the way down the opposite hall. Let him run right past you, and then you just slowly make your way down the hall you're supposed to. And then, of course, you don't want to keep using the same object to lure him away because eventually he'll ignore it. Just an overall awesome game, and I'll never get sick of it. That's definitely something that I will play on stream as well. Though I've seen speed running for that game, and it's really embarrassing. I think I've told Nick about this before. You literally only play 15 minutes of Alien Isolation in the speed run, and that's just because you glitch yourself through a particular door that brings you right to the end of the game. So legit, you glitch through this door and break the game, and you literally go from the beginning of the game to the end of the game in less than 15 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
For me, I don't think that's fun, personally. I mean, I'm all for speed runs, and it's an official speed run. I get it. But I would consider a speed run of an actual game being that you're actually playing through the game from start to finish. But yeah, it's an official licensed speed run tactic. So you can actually use the speed run, break the game, and get world record with it. But yeah, it's like a door at the beginning of the game that you can't access because you don't have a tool, and you use a particular thing on the PC, and you can actually walk through the doors and go from the beginning of the game to the absolute ending of the game, and it's only like a 15-minute run playthrough. When legit the game is like 6 hours. If you play it as it's supposed to be, it's at least 3 to 6 hours. I don't think I've seen anybody beat the game in under 3 hours in terms of playing it the natural way without any glitches. If they use glitches, it's only like 15, 20 minutes. Tops. There's just so much to that game, and it's forever within my top horror games. And of course, just a reminder, everybody on Instagram, I'm going to have to shut you guys off in about 6 minutes. And then I'm going to bring the stream back up after about a 5-minute break because of the way that Instagram is with its algorithm. I can't have the stream going for any longer than an hour. I don't know what the name is, but the game that has Dale from The Walking Dead is, you mean Daryl. And I know what game you're talking about. I think it's Walking Dead Survival Instincts, unless you're talking about a brand new game that just came out. Walking Dead Survivor. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah, Walking Dead Survival Instinct. That's an older game. That's like 2013 that game came out. But that was a cool game. But you can legit break the game by using just your crossbow. And what I mean by that is I would never run out of ammo because what I would do is I would climb on top of a truck and all the zombies would gather around me, and you would think that I would be a goner, right? Nope. All you got to do is stay on top of that truck, shoot your crossbow at a zombie, and as soon as the crossbow hits the dude in the head, you quickly grab it and retrieve it, and you never run out of ammo. And you take care of all the zombies in the area, and you can just waltz on through the area. No problem. Just find a truck, process of elimination, boom, you're done. Talking about all the hacks today. Oh, you know what? I did it again. I'm in the middle of a sprint, and I didn't bring up the writing prompt. Writing prompt number 3. Tell me what you saw for her sake. Finish the sentence. Tell me what you saw for her sake. I'll keep that in mind when I play again. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they fixed it because like I played it when it first came out, and that was like the ultimate strat. It's like you ran out of ammo and you only had like one or two crossbow bolts. And I remember getting on top of the vehicle because I didn't want to get overwhelmed, and I figured I could just always jump past them or something, and start running if I had to. And I remember accidentally picking it up right away, and I was like, well, that's an exploit. And it just worked out. I would just let them all come to me and I just take them all out. That got me through a lot of those hard levels, believe me. I remember some of those levels I couldn't beat. And I got to the point where I just went on top of the vehicle, let them all come to me and just mow them all down.
Just mow them down.
I tell you what, though, I played Code Veronica for the first time not too long ago, and that game in itself was hard. It was a long, long game, and it was hard. I found myself constantly running in out of ammo. And especially on a first playthrough of a game like that, I like to kill everything. I know I'm not supposed to in a survival horror game where ammo is limited. But I did go from playing Resident Evil 3 where I had a stack of everything. I remember I had so much upgrade material and so much like mixing material that I made like, geez, it's like 170 grenade launcher shells. And that's all I used. Like I just mixed them all together and I used that for the tail end of the game. And that was something that classic game abused quite often is certain weapons you could put as many bullets as you wanted in there. There was no cap at all. And the grenade launcher was one of them in 3. You just unload all that ammo into that weapon. You don't have to worry about carrying it. Cool. And I think this will be a good time to shut down the stream. So if you guys are watching, sit tight. I'm going to bring the stream back up on Instagram in just a few minutes. So just enjoy this nice little commercial break.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
Instagram.
And there it goes. It was counting me down. So for you guys, I think I'm going to show you guys a nice, cool commercial. So I think we're going to go with that. Boom. Let's see. Where is my commercial? Here. Oh, boy. And of course, that was live readings. We're coming back bigger, badder than ever. We're gonna have, of course, we're gonna have live readings get rebooted on or in December. It's gonna be a larger stream. It's gonna be a lot more coordinated, and of course, we're gonna have a lot of awesome guests for the show. Let's see if we get Nick back now. And of course, that's Nick and his progression over there. Writing sprints. And he's back.
Why was I gone for a second there?
I don't know. There's some weird interference going on with your mic.
Oh, well, I just got up to go to the bathroom. I did disappear for a second there, so I took off the earphone. I don't know. Maybe it was just picking up noise. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, boop.
Do I sound?
Exercising.
Oh, it could have been picking up your echo or something. Am I sounding all right now?
You're good now. I exercised my
Okay.
unlimited power.
Oh, I don't like that. I was booted. I can't. Man can't use the bathroom for a minute without being booted from a stream. All right, I'll get back to drawing Deja Thoris again. Back to work. Coloring skin tones with Copic markers.
Tic Tac. Oof, we're almost back. Oh, here we go. And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. We got our second half of the stream going. Of course, this sprint's counting down. We only got about a minute left. Just over a minute. I'm going to put writing prompt number 4 up early because I don't want to forget again. Writing prompt number 4. As he took in the view from the 12th floor, the lights went out all over the city. What happens next? What's up, Caleb? Thanks for joining. We were just talking streaming before the first part ended, talking about video games and the games I would like to stream, one of which being Among Us, one of my latest obsessions. And of course, we're only one writing prompt away from the Among Us writing prompt. I'm thinking about getting your book. You should absolutely do that. You would not be disappointed. I've heard a lot of great things from people who've read my book so far. They say it's a quick and easy read, that it's entertaining, that they love the character relationships. So, altogether, a lot of good recommendations. What video games do you play, Mr. Bass? Well, I play a lot of Soulsborne games, so like Dark Souls, Resident Evil. Lately, I've been heavily into Bloodborne, trying to speedrun that game. Trying to get close to 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I should say. I'm thinking about getting into Among Us. It's been a game that I've been obsessed with lately. Yeah, those are the games that I'm into right now. Do you play Call of Duty? I used to play Call of Duty. I haven't played it in a few years. I think
I was a
some of the
big
games
Call of
I
Duty
played in
guy. I don't know if you
Substitute
knew
was,
that, Andrew.
Oh, are you?
Oh yeah, I was huge into Call of Duty for many years, especially on the PS3. I am probably, I'll say this, I'm one of the best zombies players you're gonna find. Period. I stand by that pretty hard.
Nice. Yeah. I think
You
that's the only
remember
thing I
Call of
would
Duty
play
Zombies?
is zombies. Yeah. Man, I remember used
Yeah,
to playing Call of
I was
Duty
very, very
back
good
when
at
Interview
it.
was around. Used to be a little
Black,
gaming place you go to.
yeah, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was fun because they remastered a lot of the old maps in the back.
Yeah. I think I stopped playing though when they added all the weird functionality that they had in the recent games. where you got to like slide
Yeah,
around, fly around, and glide around. Like, give
yeah,
me
they
War at
got a
War.
little
That was
weird with
my
that.
jam.
Well, in the Black Ops 3, they have a version of the game called Zombies Chronicles remastered all four of the World at War maps, almost all of the Black Ops maps. So that one was pretty fun. Um, yeah, it's because it was the only way I could play the old maps on the PS4. Black Ops 3 has that option. Um, I am interested. They just released the trailer for, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So the zombies on that should be interesting. That's coming out this November.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as long as they're getting
Just,
back to more of a classic look, I'm all for getting back into Call of Duty. But I mean, like a good substitute for me was Rainbow Six
yeah, it's
Siege,
definitely a soft reboot.
for sure.
Oh yeah, I heard a lot of friends of mine who liked Call of Duty said Rainbow Six Siege was very good.
Yeah, it's an interesting game, 100%. I got into that for a few months, for sure. Let's see if we have any comments on my page, since it doesn't like to show anything.
Hello, I'm alone here now. Hope you guys are liking the drawing. Coloring Deja Thoris's skin tones.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, you disappeared. Or I
Yeah, I
disappeared.
backed for a minute. Well, I'm
Oh,
back now.
I just in the meantime held up like a close up so people could see my progress and whatnot in the meantime.
Yeah, but yeah, basically what I was saying before I booted myself was now that Haley's here, we can do the Fall Guys um, writing prompt. So she's right on time for that. The next one that we're doing is going to be
Very good.
the Fall Guys one. Of course, Billy says the new one looks amazing. Their multiplayer review looked amazing, and the zombies are supposed to be a remake of the. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. If they're doing a soft reboot of what it used to be, then I'm all in for playing it. 100.
Yeah, Andrew, it's 100% a soft reboot because it's called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. It actually takes place after Black Ops. I really love Black Ops, and dude, I really needed Ronald Reagan in my life just telling me to go nuke the commies, I guess, or fight the commie. You know what I mean? That's what I need. Black Ops was JFK telling me to go after the commies. Now Ronald Reagan's doing it.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down your walls.
Yeah, that's basically the game. It's what it's
Reagan
gonna be.
smash. Oh boy.
Yeah, it looks
Here
like
we
it'll be
go.
fun.
It's counting down. 5 seconds.
For what? Oh, I'm still coloring.
And again, writing prompt 4 is already up. We got 15 minutes on the clock. Writing prompt number 4 was as he took a look in the view from the 12th floor, the lights went out all over the city. Yeah, have a good night, Billy. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, boy. So, of course, the next writing prompt coming up after the break is going to be writing prompt number 5, and that is going to be the Among Us writing prompt. So, stay tuned for that.
I am tuned.
So, yeah, Nick, we're going to officially have to get this together. We're going to get you, your girlfriend, Carrie, and Alec, Haley, and I guess Paige and me, and we'll have to do Fall Guy or not Fall Guys. That's the other game I want to play is Fall Guys. But Among Us.
Ooh. Yeah, no, it sounds good. It does sound like a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, though, I feel like Alec would be terrible at that game, hands down. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you would,
Well, interesting. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
because you have to be really good at lying and really good at strategizing if you want to be that game.
Interesting.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched a few streamers and they killed somebody right in front of someone else, and they somehow get away with it. Like even when they get accused of killing somebody, they talk their way out of it sometimes, and I can't imagine.
Interesting.
Like I just saw you kill somebody, and he goes, "Well, you're the one accusing me. You're the one who found the body 9 out of 10 times." And the person who finds the body is the killer. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's a whodunit as a game, basically. It's what it
Yeah.
sounds like. It's a
I'm trying to think of
whodunit.
what it's called. I think it's called Salem. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I don't know what you mean. Salem is a.
It's a game called Salem, and essentially you get assigned all these roles and stuff. And one of the people is a Joker, essentially, and the goal of the Joker is to get killed.
Oh.
So you purposely like try to sabotage yourself, and if you get killed, everybody wins.
Interesting.
But in Fall Guys, you have two imposters, and of course, if you find both imposters, you and your team win. If you don't, then you lose.
Oh.
And essentially, the goal of the imposters is to make everybody else blame other people.
Mm-hmm.
So you sabotage other people.
Very good.
And I could just see Alec. Alec would be the person to be like, how do you guys get in events? I see that there's an option for me to get in events. Like, can you help me with that? Alec was ejected. He was an imposter. Oh boy. I'll tell you what, though, I'm starting to feel it. I'm pretty tired myself.
Yeah, you feeling tired?
Day. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I'm tired too. I had a coffee in the afternoon though, which is keeping me going. I'm actually.
I'll see how I feel after we do Writing Prompt 5. We close that out. We might end early. I don't know. What's your phone at? How's your phone percentage at?
Oh, I'm good. I'm at 35, but I'll admit I don't know if I want to keep going too far.
Yeah, we'll probably end it after 5 then.
Since we're all feeling kind of sleepy. Although I'll admit I'm actually doing pretty good. Skin tones are actually coming out pretty good on her so far.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, what color is her hair going to be?
Actually, I'll show the thumbnail sketch of what I'm going for.
Okay, so she's like
an top Amazon one here. Yeah. Here, let me get the book. I always draw. I've drawn this character before. Her name's Deja Thoris. She's the Princess of Mars. She's from the John Carter of Mars books, and this I got this at Barnes and Noble. It's by Edgar Rice Burroughs, who wrote Tarzan.
Awesome.
I haven't gotten the chance to read that big book yet, but she is from that. But a lot of pinup artists on Instagram, including myself, love to draw. She has such a cool and sexy design.
Interesting. That's awesome. Ooh, we got a comment going on here. Okay. Well, okay.
Hey, Andrew, where are you?
Comments on Facebook.
Well, it's weird. I went to go look at your comments on my page, but I have to go to a separate page, and it kicked me for a minute. I don't know why. So I've been avoiding doing that again.
You kept saying Fall Guys for Among Us.
I know, because I like Fall Guys. I just want to play Fall Guys.
No, but you're like, oh, but Fall Guys is where there's two imposters, and I'm like, no, Drew.
No, well, I keep correcting myself and saying Among Us, but I just really want to play Fall Guys and Among Us.
And then
Okay.
you said something snap. I can't remember. Like you were talking about it. I put Chris punching the boulder, Chris smash.
Well, what's going on is we're hanging out. We're doing some work. Nick's drawing his drawing over here, coloring his drawing. We're talking about gaming, my obsession with Fall Guys and Among Us as of late.
I also put you're looking sus, bro.
Apparently, I'm looking sus.
Oh, Andrew, you're always sus.
That's why I don't think I can even take Drew seriously because he laughs and smiles even when he's telling the truth. So you can literally.
I would be perfect in Among Us, but you know who wouldn't be perfect? Alec. Yeah, I told you.
I don't think I would either because
Alec be like, so
how do I get an event?
how do I get an
Drew
event?
did?
How do I get an event like Drew did? I'm like, come on, man. Andrew was ejected. Yes, it has been a while. How you been?
Andrew, how are you seeing comments, by the way? I've always wondered that in life.
Well, I mean, I see all the Instagram comments, and like, of course, if you go to the comment section, you should see notifications. But if you're on your phone, you won't see it.
Oh, well, I see on the phone, like I think I see Facebook comments usually, but that's it. I don't think I see any YouTube, if there is any. And yeah, you probably have it better on a computer, is my guess.
Yeah, right here from the studio on the computer, it's so much easier to see everything.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's a lot of interesting things coming to writing sprints. We got a few new guests coming on. Next week, we're going to have Brielle. She's going to be working on some more sanguinary song character art, which I am excited for. Always like seeing my characters get brought to life. It's looking like October 9th is going to be one of the dates for another guest that we're going to have. So October 9th, definitely want to look out for that stream. We're going to be doing some awesome promotion. And of course, Michael says working 2 jobs as of lately. That's awesome, especially now during the pandemic. That's crazy. Where are you working at now? Hello.
Sure.
I feel like Alec also would forget to mute his mic.
The person who would dominate that game would be Carrie.
You think so?
She's an actress.
True.
She can make up anything and make us believe it.
True, but
like I saw Andrew running from the electrical room.
But you also have to think, it's also going to be not even the line part, but also the actual game part. Because you have to be able to like run around, click things, do the actual task, or be able to fake them well. And there's ways to make it harder or easier. Like you can make it so that you can see the animation on some of them, so that you can see that people are actually doing it. And then if they go to fake it and not do it, then obviously they're the imposter. So there's a lot of ways to make it easier and harder.
Oh boy. Knowing me, I'd be the imposter. I think you'd be a perfect imposter, Michael. 100%. You'd have people believing that Al did it. Yeah, hire on the watch business in the warehouse. Warehouse gives me 14 an hour, and I get a percentage of sales working for my mom. That's pretty dope. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm definitely thankful that you're safe during this pandemic and that you are able to find some work. I know a lot of people right now are trying to find second jobs or even just one job.
Yeah, well, rough times.
Dude, I think we would 100% eject Al 100% of the time. And Al would come up with these like sophisticated like excuses for himself, and we would just ignore that entirely and just eject him no matter what.
I feel like I'd always be the first kill. Or maybe Alec would be, let's be real.
Yeah, I saw Alec. He just walked past the body. He didn't even try to report it.
And realistically, he's sitting there just trying to figure out where the tasks are. So that's why he walked past. He wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, poor Al. He would be the scapegoat of the group. I think he would be the one that gets tossed before anyone else. It was always Al. So that would be really cool if I can get Alec and Al at the same time on a game.
Too many owls. Alec.
Alec, Al.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well,
for 10 people.
They're all my Xbox crews, so they're all the people I play Dark Souls and Anthem and all the other cool games with. Unfortunately, Anthem not so much anymore, but Anthem dropped off the map really quickly.
Where did you put your food at?
Right there.
Okay. She's looking
You blind cat. Right there. It's right there.
Maybe that's not what he was looking for. I don't know.
Bless you. She's looking for the cat that was in the seat.
Where is she?
I didn't think I was going to be able to host the show because the cat was in the seat all day. If I get a new Xbox, I'll join, but I tried to mod my old one and it broke. That stinks. Yeah, that does stink.
Join what?
Well, he's a part of our Xbox group. He was always in there. But yeah. I think I'm definitely putting my money behind the PS5 because I want to get the Demon Souls remaster. I mean,
yeah, I plan to get a 5 too.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't for the life of me. I can't. I just can't go out and buy an Xbox and a PlayStation at the same time. I just can't.
I'll admit, Andrew,
there's nothing wrong with my two systems. I got a brand new PS4 that I just replaced because my old one, which I had since launch, finally clunked out on me, and I wanted to play Resident Evil 3 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake and Final Fantasy 7 Remake. So I went and replaced that, and then I got an Xbox that I've only had for like 3 or 4 years at this point.
Wow, I didn't know you had to replace that. That's a shame. I still have a PS4 from launch and it's still chugging along, man. Still working.
Yeah,
as far as I can tell.
I take good care of my systems, so they last. They last a nice amount of time. And this is a nice, pleasant break from yelling at COD for 30 minutes. Yeah, we were just talking about COD and thinking about getting back into it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like with me, it's like I really like my exclusives, so I've always been a PlayStation guy. And now that they announced Demon Souls for PlayStation 5, I'm definitely getting that. And the big thing though is that Xbox recently bought out Bethesda, so there's going to be a lot of exclusive with Xbox now for that company. So now I have to justify what I'm going to do with Xbox. But the thing I'm really thinking about it is I'm probably going to hold off on both, and probably play both the PlayStation and Xbox until they stop making games for it, and then buy, the PlayStation.
It's been
I
hectic
get the
with
worst.
pre-orders
I
for
get
both
the worst
games.
teammates in Call of Duty. Isn't that how it always works? And you're always the one carrying the team, and it's
I
like you're the
played the
only
Call
one
of
with like
Duty a
30
lot,
plus
and
kills.
that happens. Yeah, that happens all the time. Pretty much the
All right,
story of
Michael.
every Call of Duty party.
Thanks for stopping by, my man. It's nice talking to you. Yeah, I used to be that bad with the newer games. I remember like it took me a while to even get like 10 kills per match.
Mm.
And that was the problem was I was really good in the original Call of Duty games. Like I barely ever needed a fire weapon. I would literally walk around and knife people, and people would get upset.
Yeah, it's always
I would just sneak
fun.
up behind them and boop, they're done. Now
Yeah,
I go and play this new game, and they're sliding and jumping and flying around the map. I'm like,
that's Black Ops 3.
I'm like, dude, I'm steady aim, Mr. Bast here. I'm not Mr. Android can target, in a split second.
Well, the good news is, Andrew, they went back to boots on the ground. Because Call of Duty,
that was
Modern
where
Warfare
it was at
like another
best.
reboot.
Yeah. I went 9-5 in 3v3 snipers, and my team minus me had 3 kills. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we talk about. You just carrying at that point.
Yeah. But I was never a kill streak guy. I was always a get a spy plane sort of guy where just about 3 kills in a row. I was never one of those guys who got 25 or like 10 kills in a row. I wasn't good at I died too much.
I think my best scores would be like 10 kills. I think I don't think I get any. If I got more than 10 kills, that was a special match.
Yeah.
But Siege is just better than Call of Duty teammates wise. Yeah, but you know what? I don't know if it's just because I don't play the advanced version of Siege, where it's like actual competitive play. Because I played casual to kind of get used to the game. In casual, you always had people that would dress up as recruits and like kill your teammates. And the next thing you know, it's 3v5 because this idiot like turned on you, killed 2 team members, and then they all turned on him. But Siege is fun because it's strategy based and it's realistic.
Yeah,
it's like the thing that would always tick me off about the new Call of Duty. It was like you put a whole clip into somebody and they somehow survive enough to get up to you and knife you. We're in Siege is like you peek around the corner at the wrong moment and somebody takes one shot at you, you're done. You're on the ground.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is interesting, Andrew. Some games it feels like sometimes Call of Duty, like it would vary between how many, whether it would take a lot of bullets versus not too many bullets. I remember when the PS4 came out, that Ghost one, the multiplayer, it was like too fast. Like they just died too quick, actually.
Yeah.
You just like, and now they just try to find a balance with each one. I heard Modern Warfare was good though, Andrew, because that was another soft reboot because it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare, going back to its Modern Warfare roots.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm a gold one, and it's decent people at that rank. I mean, the games are fair enough. That's good. As long as there aren't any trolls, because that's what I ran into, and that's the thing that used to frustrate me was like I'm good at those games, but I'm not the best at those games. So it's like there's times where like I've done 3v1s and I'm fine, but if it's 5v1, odds are I'm not getting into that situation.
Yeah.
And it's like those people will literally troll you that bad to where they put you at such a disadvantage. Because once they kill your teammates, your object is to kill them before they kill more of you. And it's like at that point, you already have 2 people down. I played it on Xbox. And maybe that's why. I got it for free, basically. I think I got it for like $3. if I remember right. I didn't pay full price for it at all.
Not a bad price.
All right, here we go. The long-awaited writing prompt. You are playing Among Us and you discover a body. Do you report it or do you run away? Do you report it or do you run away?
I'd probably report it. That's my take, probably.
So I just want to let you guys know I found Nick near the body.
I will report it if there's other people that are walking into the room with me, because then I'll have at least somebody that's on my back, that's got my back, saying that I stumbled upon it.
I don't like the Xbox Siege anymore. I switched to PC and I never went back. Yeah, that's the other thing I'm looking at doing too. It's like I'm thinking about getting a PS5 for Demon Souls and all, and I've always been a PlayStation guy, so it's like I've only recently got a Xbox and I enjoy it when it doesn't break down every 3 months like my Xbox 360 did a while back. But I've also been thinking about getting back into PC gaming. There's a lot of games that I used to play that I would like to play again, and it's just like with the Xbox Series S and PlayStation 5 coming out, it's like I have to pick one of them, and that's, pretty argument's sake, $300 to $500 for that. And then you have to talk about a gaming laptop or a gaming computer to play those games. And it's, it just gets to the point where it's like, do I want to spend all that money on a gaming system to play on PC? And,
Good
the
question.
answer in the long term usually is yes, because, people will tell you about how great PC gaming is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play Siege nonstop and I'm always on. Yeah. Yeah, usually like the way my game systems are lined up, PlayStation is for all my single player titles like Resident Evil, and Xbox has all my multiplayer titles. Yeah, and of course Courtney says Minecraft. That's the other thing I've gotten into is Minecraft. That game was a lot of fun. Now see, Courtney would be really good at there you go. I said it again. She would be really good at Among Us. She would be like, what does this button do? I didn't do anything.
Flash kills everyone. It kills people in front of everyone.
Courtney would get away with it, 100%. What exactly are you discussing? So we were just talking about video games. We're talking about Call of Duty, Siege, and we're talking about Among Us, which is a new PC game that just came out. It's essentially like if you've ever heard of Salem
Or a werewolf.
It's a lot like those games. It's a whodunit game. Essentially, two imposters are put into the field with a whole bunch of people, and you have to decide who the two imposters are before they kill you off. And
once you're killed, you're muted, so you can't be in the discussion for who did it.
Yeah, Salem. It wasn't exactly witchy with Salem. Thing about Salem is it was all around like the Salem witch trials and accusing people of being a witch and of eventually hanging them. But you had a whole bunch of roles in Salem, and you had to play the game right. It's each person had their own roles, and you had to figure out who was in the mob, who was a joker, who wasn't a joker. But
who was a pretender?
Yeah, who was a pretender? All that nonsense. But essentially, that game is more or less like Salem. Did you ever hear of the show Who Done It? It was a murder mystery reality game show years back. Yes.
Yes, I love that show.
But I used to watch that.
Gone.
Yeah, they don't air that anymore. But it was.
It only had one season, I believe, because it flopped. But I loved it. It was so good.
I mean, you can find a lot of murder mystery stuff on the internet.
Anywhere,
so
I tried to find it. I tried to find it online to watch it, and I can't find it anywhere. Like, it's not on Hulu.
Yeah.
Not on Netflix. Not on Amazon Prime. It's nowhere.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't do well enough to get picked up by somebody else. But I thought it was entertaining.
It was such a good show.
Yeah, that's my sister in the background.
Oh, hi.
Hello, everybody.
She's
Hello,
chilling in the
Andrew's
background.
sister.
I would totally rewatch. Yes, me too.
So would I if I could find it.
100%. She says I.
Oh, hi.
But yeah, we got to get the whole crew together, and we're gonna play. And I think I'm gonna troll Alex hard if I'm Alec hard if I'm imposter.
Joe said he'll play too.
Oh, and Joe say he'll play too. Cool. So yeah, we got a whole squad between Nick, his
I
girlfriend.
don't know if Paige can play though. 'cause
We'll
she's
get
on the
Courtney to
laptop.
play. That'll be fun.
I don't know if you can play on a laptop, to be honest. I'm about to play on Dad's computer because my computer runs too slow.
We'll find a way to play because that game's just fun as anything. And then I'm gonna get Fall Guys, and I know I can get that for the console, so that would be kind of cool.
We should play it. Even though we have to play.
I would be such a troll in Fall Guys because I'd be that dude that like waits at the finish line
Dude, we should
and
buy
holds
it
people
tonight and
back.
play it. Play it for like an hour. Watch you grab people at the finish line over and over and over.
I would
again.
troll people so hard in that game. Throw it for content. I honestly don't have any gaming consoles. Well, yeah, you could play it on a computer. I used to
I don't
have
think there is any other place to play.
I used to have PS2 or PS4. Yeah,
I genuinely don't think there's anywhere else you can play it.
I still think the good old PS4 is a good system. I still got my PS3. It's running. I got some old type games on there. Like I can play all the classic Resident Evils and all on there. I also have Aliens versus Predators, which Haley and I are gonna boot up after finishing Resident Evil 6.
And the Arkham games.
And the Arkham games, which we're gonna go
That I'm
through
making
again.
him play because I want to be prepared for
Which
Gotham
I've
Knights.
already played that game, but we're gonna replay the series apparently.
Because I want to watch it.
But if I'm playing the Arkham series, then you got to go through the classic Resident Evil games.
Yeah, I definitely would. I never said I wouldn't. But Arkham Knight, or I'm not Arkham Knight. Gotham Knights.
And then we gotta subjugate you to Lord of the Rings because I cannot send you Among Us Lord of the Rings memes and you not get them. Because that was good, the one that I sent you of Smeagol convincing everybody to toss Sam out the door.
Was it about the ring?
No, it was about the llama spread.
I don't know what that means.
Because he crumpled up all the bread and threw it off the cliff, and then he blamed Sam for eating it. He put a whole bunch of crumbs on his jacket. Sam was not an imposter. Oh boy.
You're looking kind of sus, bro.
Looking kind of sus.
That'll be me the whole game. Oh no, Paige is looking kind of sus, bro. Drew's kind of looking kind of sus.
No, thanks for stopping by, Courtney. Definitely fun to have you drop by the stream. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Yeah, suspect. Looking suspect.
Your Instagram is Andrew Bast, right?
Andrew Bass 24. 24444.
John was asking because he wants to put a follow.
Fall
Joe, not John.
Guys.
Joe. Oh, I just said John.
John.
I don't know. I don't know why I said John because I don't know.
Whoa. I think Instagram just got canceled, Nick.
Oh, it did? Is that
You
what
might
that sound is?
if you're on your phone, you might get canceled too.
What happened?
Amber Alert just came through.
Oh, I don't have one.
Yeah.
That's weird. I hear Mom though.
Oh, there goes Nick. Yeah, the Amber Alert came through, and
I didn't get one. It's weird. Mom, did you get the Amber Alert?
Yeah, I got that.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that. I got it first, and I was like, oh boy,
I knew it was coming. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
coming.
It arrived.
Got 4 minutes left, and then we're going on the final cooldown. Then the first thing I'm doing is getting a drink of water because I have been a chatty Cathy all
Yes.
stream.
Well, you do that every stream.
I know. I do it all to entertain everybody on stream. And of course, if you're joining us on Twitch or YouTube, thanks again for following us on Twitch and YouTube. Always glad to see you guys come out. Definitely looking to expand our content on Twitch. Hoping to get a gaming channel up there shortly. Maybe do some stuff with Wobbleline, our resident gamer and streamer on Twitch. If you're not subscribed to Wobbleline, you might want to give him a look. He does all of the Final Fantasy games, which is quite fascinating. I would do all the old Resident Evil content, Dark Souls, some Fall Guys, some Among Us, eventually.
Fall Guys and Among Us.
I gotta make sure I have all the hardware so I can do it. And once I start perfecting my speed runs, I will put them on Twitch as well.
What speed runs?
Resident Evil speed runs. I had a good time for Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yes.
I was under an hour. I was 58 minutes, which isn't bad. It ain't bad at time at all for hard mode.
Oh God! Imagine if we tried playing Resident Evil on hard mode.
No, because when I'm playing with you, it's more of a casual playthrough. I'm not gonna destroy you in that game.
No, just like Wesker's boss fight, I literally suck. I suck.
Just give me the controller.
No, it's not even that, because even if I give you the controller, I screw up the other part. Remember, we had to take me out of the game completely so that you could play with the computer?
I had to deal with the AI.
Because I kept killing you.
To be fair, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning when we finally got to that boss fight.
True. On a school night.
On a school night.
You've only got 3 hours of sleep for the last 5 days?
Something like that.
Because we would stop at gaming at 2 in the morning and you get up at 6? Hey, it should be a new record. We almost beat 2 games in a week.
Ain't nothing new for me.
We might finish it tonight, honestly.
You know what? I actually might want to plug this in.
The computer?
I think it's already plugged in, to be honest.
What is it? Your PS3?
I lied. It's not plugged in.
What
See, it's not plugged in.
Computer or your PS3?
PS3, it's not plugged in. I unplugged it. I'm such a fall guy. Unplugging the systems.
You should download Fall Guys though while we're playing so that we can play tonight. Because I want to play around. Are you really going to start kicking me out?
Oh, the cat has spoken. She wants Haley out of the room.
Really? You going to keep saying that?
She's going to curse you out. You better watch out.
Say it to my face.
Yo, there she goes.
Say it to my face. Don't say it to Drew. Say it to my face.
What?
Say it to my face.
Hey, Nick, can you hear her going? Can you hear her meowing?
What, your sister? Yeah, I hear everything your sister's saying.
No, I'm talking about the cat. Do you hear the cat meowing?
Meowing?
No, I don't hear your cat. No.
Yeah, she's legit arguing with Haley right now, telling her to get the heck out of the room.
She keeps meowing at me because I'm in her spot.
She's in her seat, and she doesn't take kindly to people getting in her seat.
But there's a whole bed, though. There's a whole bed. But she wants this spot. Really?
Yeah, she's such a fall guy, man.
Really? But you should really download it right after the stream, just so that we can play it once it's done.
Now, see, if I play that game, I'm going to end up using all the speed strats I've learned from watching Bach play.
Yes, that's the point.
I'll probably embarrass myself for the first time.
Won't get past level 1.
Won't get past level 1 at all, even though I know all the speed strats.
You're a pro gamer.
I'm a pro gamer.
No, you're a pro gamer. You're not a pro gamer. You're a pro gamer. A video gamer.
A video gamer.
The worst thing is when we're trying to do those quick time events, and Ruru won't stop pressing on your remote.
Dude, she'll legit like grab my hand and prevent me from playing.
Or lay on your neck while you're playing.
Or lay on my neck and try to suffocate me.
Andrew, are we in the cooldown stage or is it?
Yeah, we got 3 minutes left. So if you want to,
I'm a
you
boot
want
out.
where to follow you.
Yeah, I'm a boot out probably just because I'm at my limit. Got to get up early tomorrow. But
Why don't you tell them where to follow you and stuff?
yeah, well, anyone who's watching and who likes my art, yeah, please follow at Nick Geo Arts on Instagram or Nicholas Georgel. It'll come up under Nicholas Georgel. Yeah, please follow me there. It's where all my art stuff is. I'll probably post Black Cat soon since I just finished it up today. So yeah, go to Nick Geo Arts on Instagram, and there's also Nicholas Georgel Arts on Facebook. Okay, that was a fun stream, Andrew. You have a good night, my friend.
Coming, Nick.
Mm-hmm. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. All right, guys, and that is our show. I want to thank you guys for coming out to Writing Sprints. Of course, if you like what you see, please subscribe on YouTube and the Twitch. And of course, if you haven't already seen my book in the background, Sanguinary Song, you guys can pick it up at Amazon. It's about a coven of witches that protect the world from supernatural creatures. Selling like hotcakes. A lot of people love it. It's a very interesting book. You guys should definitely check it out. So next week, we're going to have the amazing Brielle Elise. She will be doing some Sanguinary Song character art. And of course, October 9th, we're looking to have a very special new guest on Writing Sprints, and we're also in talks with another person to make their debut on Writing Sprints. So our group is expanding. We're getting a little bit more guests. We have interesting conversations, and a lot more content to come, especially in the coming months. Other than that, check out my Instagram. There's a lot of information coming for the October stream. If you want to see how you guys can win some cool prizes and participate in Sanguinary Song Bingo, and of course, wish a happy birthday to Christina Vega, my main character. All that information is going to be posted within the coming weeks. So yeah, check that out, and I will see you guys in the next episode.